The first poem I'm going to read is Ode to the Library. And I think thinking of the theme about getting out, this poem, I think perhaps more than any other, I kind of travel my way through all of Los Angeles, anywhere I've lived, when I was a runaway, when I wasn't. So here's Ode to the Library. Here in the Venice Branch Library, just west of Beyond Baroque Literary Arts Center, the place where I feared to tread, then walked in one day and walked out an organizer, a curator of the dark sublime, a bridge between whites and browns, cruising the 90 freeway, our great divide, to poetry slams, art exhibitions, bluesy readings, memorials, tributes to the risen ones who hold our backs straighter as we write to the smallest stage, us, to the larger one, God, to what seems to be the largest of all, them, audiences, seeking connection with this page, which is to say, my heart. Oh, the confessions I've shared and relied upon to love me up when the tears of years have weighted me down so. Here at the library, I remember my first apartment blocks away, driving a carnation pink scooter all the way to work, taking Venice Boulevard, cutting north until I got to Wilshire, just shy of Vermont. This was the upscale stretch of downtown LA, home to the Brown Derby and I Magnets, Bullock's Wilshire, where polite luncheons were served, models donning pencil skirts and well-constructed purses, with frozen hair and frozen smiles, ambled in front of young mothers and well-behaved daughters, eating politely while dreaming a future in those clothes, an accessible couture, magnificently tailored and ladylike, appropriateness attainable for a price. Here, though, at the library, I'm remembering Saturday afternoons, curling up with the dictionary and the complete plays of Shakespeare, memorizing Richard III's monologue in which he claimed the audible ugly, the unfinished form, was woefully him. And me, barely 21, would weep those words as if I spoke them, as if I spoke the words aloud. They shaped the otherness I felt, the misshapen experience I lived as a tall, big bone girl growing up in the shadows of Hollywood, poolside with the nearly rich, adjacent to the Beverly Hills experience I never wanted, not really, except the access to self-acceptance, the entitled stalwart stride through every open door, open widely for me. I wish I had chosen library doors instead of an all-night movie house in the deepest downtown LA. Wish I knew how to turn my imagination around to a story in the stacks, a safe place, instead of spending my last few dollars on roller skate rentals by the beach, my path followed by someone meaning no good, the breaking that would unfold into poems and hard work saving. As I sit in the Venice Branch Library, there is the soft clicking of low heels, the whispered slide of shelves being restocked. There is a woman nearby, a mother most likely, her eyes thumbing young adult fiction. There is a tattooed middle-aged surfer watching a film on a portable DVD player. Between periodicals and books in Spanish, an older man, all silver, considers the stacks. I'm sitting in a sunny place where light is reshaped by vertical blinds, the crowns of palm trees, and pendant lanterns above me. Perhaps there isn't a resolution to this life, but I will continue to do what I do best, speak what I claim to know, and hope to be remembered by a shore that has recorded every transition I've lived. The shore of books, I mean to say. The place of the open story that finds me as I become again and blessedly again. I miss the air made sweeter by the long-awaited rain. The jasmine blossoms are gone, it's true. It's winter now, but there are still bees. The birds sup on the jade flowers so close to me. They are inches from my hands and pages from my paper, pencils, and pens. We have become accustomed to each other. Window panes between us. I turn my head toward their flutter and song. They spy me too. Of this I am certain. In time they complete their meal. What do they catch? What lives among the blossoms? Were today like any other, I would plan something, visit my mother and listen to her stories, go to a museum, a cafe. I would walk somewhere, expose a grand smile to an old friend, open my lips to receive a hot brew made by a stranger whom I trust, to wash and fill my cup, then hand it to me. The only prayer spoken is one of gratitude for it. No prayers of protection, no notice of a cough or another stranger's open face. No notice of an exchange that I might have with another, our hands on a brass handle of a glass door with people inside. So many people inside. I go out sometimes to start my car and drive it around. I see restaurants that I used to frequent, remembering when I sat and ate a salad, a crusty bread, frowned at the chip on my plate, and tried to make out the languages spoken around me. Now it's boarded up. There are signs offering it to someone else. What will come, I wonder, and when? Will I make memories there too? Will I ever share another steel handle on a subway train? At a desk away from my home, will a paper cut find its way into my mouth? Will I sit with friends, forks splayed out on a table like domino tiles, each reaching for a utensil, our knuckles and tips touching? Will I accept an offer of a bite from a plate, a sip from their cup? Remember laughing widely, leaning toward each other, the sound coloring our shoulders and open faces. Remember what it felt like to get out.